Hello everyone and welcome. In this episode I will continue my story on the garage built for under 10k. Please check my first episode if you haven't watched it. After the foundation and slab was poured, we decided it would be much more convenient to continue this build with having an electrical outlet at the job site. We marked the straight line for digging the trench. As for the cable, we were using this 5-wire 6 square millimeters copper cable. I decided to connect it to the cable of this 3-phase outlet, which was left during my house constructing for powering some heavier machinery. The distance from my house to the garage is about 60 meters. First we removed the top grass layer. Then we removed the string line and started digging deeper, about 50 centimeters deep. We laid the cable at the same time so we could dig the trench back up, so no wild animals or my own dog would get hurt. Well, this cat doesn't mind the changes. I also had to dig a tunnel to lay the cable under the deck to reach the outlet. We found some friends along the way. My dad did a great job reconstructing the lawn. It was barely visible that some groundworks have just been done. And here is the final result. As for connecting the cables, I took a really simple route. Maybe some electricians would say that it's not done properly. If that's the case, I will redo it anytime. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I put every connection into a shrink tube and later put everything into a sealed plastic box and hid under the deck behind the wall. And finally, we had electricity on our job site. A couple of weeks later, my uncle called and said he was available, so Dad and I decided to bring all the lumber to the job site with this DIY trailer borrowed from the neighbor. Looks a bit sketchy, doesn't it? We started framing the longest wall first. We did it horizontally, it's much more simple. We also added diagonals in the corners for rigidity. After the wall was framed, we raised it and anchored it to the foundation. After lunch, we got back to work and framed the second wall. The back wall was framed vertically, because otherwise we would not be able to raise it and squeeze between the other two walls. And here you can see that the walls have been framed. Later we added these spacers. It is a good practice for a few reasons. This adds some strength to the frame, also ensures that spaces between the studs are equal, and the most important benefit, spacers act as shelves for putting the insulation, so it does not sag that much with time. We added some more diagonals for the front and back walls to add some extra strength. A few days later, we started framing the top of the building. Firstly, we laid the beams, adding grooves to them so they make the opposing walls be at the same distance throughout the length of the building. We added these galvanized steel brackets to make sure the beams stay at 90 degrees. Later on, we started constructing the rafters. We raised the first and the last pair of the rafters, making sure they're perfectly vertical, and then we continued raising all the rest. There were 18 pairs of the rafters in total. It was actually the first time my dad and I put the rafters on a building without help from other people, but I would say we nailed it. We marked the ends of the rafters with a spirit level and I cut them vertically. Then we moved to adding the wind membrane, at the same time putting the battens so it would be convenient to climb up the roof while working on it. And here is the final result. Thanks for watching everyone. and please subscribe to my channel. Have a good one.